So this time we're going to put together the Augusta warehouse from Warcradle Scenics. Now this is from the Augusta series. As you can see here, these little clips are kind of my only real huge beef with this kit. They're kind of a pain in the butt to keep on and to put together, and I feel like there could have been maybe a little bit of a better way to put doors in. But regardless of that, like I said, I have put together the entire set now, the entire Augusta set that I purchased. And while there are some things that I would change, there's a couple of pieces that are really small and really sort of hard to piece together properly. Everything does look good. Like it is, as you can see here, you see this the little piece here that kind of holds the platform up. It's a little bit fragile. I'm not going to lie, I almost broke it once. I had to reinforce it with glue. But the warehouse sort of, it sits together, but a little bit loosely in some areas. The walkway in particular is a bit loose. But, just looking at the outcome of it, for instance, with this little walkway here, it kind of sits across some of the windows, which I think is a little bit strange, but I mean, it still works. The walkways and the railing are fairly straightforward to put together. Again, though, there is kind of an issue with the walls. But the kit in general, it puts together, or it assembles pretty much like all of the other kits, right? There's not a whole lot different here besides the fact that instead of putting together one half and then the other half, you're putting together the entire warehouse in this particular kit, okay? So there's not a whole lot of big surprises here going from one kit to the other. I did have sort of an issue keeping the walls properly seated in some of the kits. This one was a little bit better. I do like the kits that have that have a floor, all right, because some of their fantasy kits, like the fantasy houses and the tavern and whatnot, some of those kits don't have a floor, and I kind of feel like it's sort of a necessary thing. Now, as you can see here, it's all together, and I have used a rubber band to keep some of it, from falling apart. And again, I just feel like at some point there could have been maybe some tabs or whatnot to hold some of these walls on. But moving on, going to these front-facing boards here that are supposed to be brickwork, they do add, as you've seen in the other kits, flavor, right? They add a lot of flavor, and I enjoy that. So it's the little things like this that sort of balance it out for me. Now, the building in its entirety, it's a huge building. There's lots of space, lots of open room, really neat. But the thing is, I once again kind of feel like in a couple of spots there could have been a little bit more tooling and a little bit more of supports and whatnot. But here's the thing, though. For what you're paying for, it's pre-painted. It's fairly simple to assemble, and my minor gripes really don't have too much of a bearing on the final product of the building itself. It's just a couple of things that I would like to see, or I would have liked to see in a kit like this. This particular piece here, there is a similar piece in the other building, the abandoned warehouse. That was kind of a pain to put together because it sort of just sits together. It doesn't actually have anything to hold it besides you just kind of lining things up. And that one, at least thankfully, has a tab. Now, the railing here, I did actually almost get it backwards the first time I tried to dry fit it. And this is another reason why, once again, always dry fit your buildings, your miniatures, all of that, because I've been doing this for a long time. I still get it wrong from time to time. I still mess up from time to time when I'm putting together models or putting together buildings. That is why I dry fit everything. I dry fit every piece, every model. Now this front stairwell, once again, was kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt because of the little the round pieces here that go on the front. It was a little bit hard to kind of get it together without breaking anything, because, like I said, a couple of these pieces are just so small and so fragile. They could have used a little bit more oomph to them, a little bit more substance, so to speak. But it's, once again, it's all workable. These are all things that you can, work around and or reinforce on your own, really. A lot of what I do is I put a little bit of extra glue on the connecting pieces wherever I have a couple of pieces that are coming together like that. Now, you can't necessarily do that here because of the way that the front is shaped, but you could, put another board under there. You could put some kind of reinforcing. There's enough sprue that comes with it that you could take some of the wood from the sprue even and put it up against some of the walls or whatnot to kind of reinforce things. I know, granted, it would be nice if I didn't have to reinforce these things, but again, as I said before, and I will say again, the fact that this particular building is already painted, it's already got decorations, and it's pretty easy to assemble, it all balances out in the end. So is this kit worth it? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a pretty decent kit, especially for what you get. You get a couple of warehouses, a couple of abandoned buildings. You get a lot of stuff for your modern games. And I am going to be playing some modern skirmish games here soon, and some sci-fi skirmish games. And, in the far-flung future, there are going to be warehouses, I'm sure. Now, this piece here, again, this is kind of a part that I have an issue with, is these really small trusses that go on the roof. I did, as you can see, reinforce them, and I put a little bit of extra glue in there. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon with more videos from the Augusta series. Thank you very much.